Hello, I'm Scott Bogie here with your Fury FC fighter, Shawn Tillman, ahead of his upcoming fight against Eddy Lopez. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Scott. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And how are you feeling ahead of this fight? Are the nerves starting to kick in yet? Is your pro debut?
No, not really. I mean, I guess like the nerves will be there fight night, of course, like always. But I've done this plenty of times. Trust my camp. I'm confident in my abilities, so I'm ready to do it.
And do you think making your pro debut on Fury has been a wee bit easier knowing that you have performed on their shows as an amateur? That
Oh
process,
yeah,
you're kind of familiar with the environment.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a no-brainer that I was gonna make my pro debut with Fury. Most of my amateur MMA fights have been with Fury, all except one. So it was a no-brainer, and they're right here in my hometown in Houston.
Yeah.
So
And how good is it to be able to fight in front of your home crowd? Obviously, having that home comforts leading up to the fight as well.
it's great. It's pretty great. I have a lot of friends and family that come out to support me, and people from my gym. So it's always like I guess an extra boost to come out there and perform in front of them.
And how are you feeling ahead of this fight? Stylistically, how do you see this fight playing out?
Uh, I plan I plan on dominating most of the fight, and just going from there, working off of what I've been working this camp, dominating on the feet, and then yeah, just kind of going from there, doing what I normally do, going forward.
And how has it been having this extra time to prepare for Eddie? Obviously, you guys were matched up to fight in April, and it has since been moved to the end of June. How has it been having that extra time?
It's been great. It's been good to the camp. We already had a game plan. We're gonna continue to stick to it. Just have to fine tune some stuff and get back in shape.
And was one of the main drawing points for choosing Fury as your pro debut is they do have that path onto that next level. You kind of can see the development in for Fury athletes starting off going on to the bigger things. It's good to be able to see that progress line.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's been great. The development has been good, so it's been a good ride. Yeah.
And going back to your amateur days, how good was it being able to clinch that Fury amateur belt? Obviously, you got that second round knockout. How good was it being able to feel that belt around your waist for the first time?
It was amazing. It was really crazy. Actually, I wasn't really thinking too much about how I would feel winning. I was thinking about winning, but not how much I would
Yeah.
feel. But once I got it, I was especially the way I got it. I was super excited. Got super emotional afterwards, like even more emotional than what y'all saw, like me in the cage. I went to like see my dad right afterwards, and I cried with him a little bit. It was amazing. It was one of the best feelings of my life. I can't really compare it to anything else. It was really surreal for me.
And do you feel like you got so emotional is just because of all the sacrifices you have to put up with as a fighter? Obviously, you put your heart and soul into it. You're having to miss events, spend time with your family, friends,
Yeah.
and it all just came to that moment where you got that your hands on that belt.
Yeah, actually, yeah, especially for that camp. A lot of people don't know I broke my right hand like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before that fight. So like going into that fight, my right hand was kind of compromised, and I was kind of having doubts, and it was just a hard camp in general. My weight was kind of weird and all types of things, but and then with the broken hand, going into that, I was kind of doubting myself in the back a little bit. So then to get that knockout was like it just cemented everything. That's why it was really surreal and emotional for me.
And do you feel like that was your toughest test so far? Is just due to the things going on in the background leading up to the event and then also the fight? Do you feel like that has been your toughest test so far?
No, I would say my toughest test was the so when I won the belt, that was tough, yeah. But my toughest test was the fight defending the belt.
Yeah.
That was my toughest fight. I had to go through some adversity in the fight. I was getting kind of calf kicked up a bit. and but I ended up finding like a rhythm and like a flow on like middle to second, and then going into the third, and then I obviously got a finish towards the end, Doctor Stoppage. So yeah, that was probably my hardest fight.
And what made you obviously have that decision to go to the professional ranks? Was it you've now defended that Fury belt, you've kind of completed all that you've done in the amateur scene, let's now move over to the professional scene, or what was it that kind of made you make that jump?
Yeah, it was accumulation of like that what you just said, winning the belt, then defending the belt, and then also talking to my coaches and my teammates that are pro.
Yeah.
I got a really great corner with Michael Corley and Eve Edwards, and then I got really great training partners like Rafian Stotts and Adrian Yanez and a couple other pros that they also were telling me, hey, like it's probably time to start going pro now. So with me winning and defending, along with all of my people in my corner saying, all right, let's go on to the next level, that's kind of what made me make the decision.
And then how is it being able to obviously, like you're saying, you're trying to training with people like Stotts, like Ariana. How have they been just to show you kind of the level that you're at?
It's been great. It's actually been like one of the greatest things in my camps is like doing the rounds with Rafian and going like getting my ass kicked
Yeah.
early on and then starting to slowly get better and slowly see like, oh, okay, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that, especially with the other pros that I train with, just seeing yourself increase and increase and increase each training session or each week is it's been like that's been really helpful actually.
And what do you feel like has been the best piece of advice that someone has given you?
The best piece of advice someone has given me, yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I'm pretty sure it's probably something Michael Corley has said. He's given me so much advice about so many things. Rather something from him or from Eve. It's I've been given a bunch of advice. A lot of it leading to just like just trying to stay calm, staying like knowing things are like the time is there's a time for everything. The one that comes to mind is yeah. I feel like I dealt with a couple injuries early on in my amateur career that kind of made me feel sad. I felt like I was no matter what I could do, I was always getting injured. And my coach told me like, hey, this comes with the territory. Like this happens, these things happen, but it kind of made me feel like just because these things are happening doesn't mean it's not made for you. And we had a couple talks like that. So probably that. That would be my best piece of advice I've been given.
And you kind of just have to, you found that gym that kind of works for you. You've been able to get the high level experience, you've got those good coaches behind you. How nice is it to be able to find that very early on in your career?
It was to be honest with you, if we being real, it was quite literally a blessing. I didn't really do too much research
Yeah,
when I first started training. I was kind of I got kicked out of my mom's house and I had to go live with my dad, and he told me like I had told him I wanted to train a bit, and he was like, "Oh, okay, well, just go to a gym then." Like he just told me to go one day. I googled the closest gym near me. It was Heritage Muay Thai. Shout out Heritage Muay Thai. I went there very first day. Didn't look up time schedules or anything. Got there just in time for their 6:30 like Muay Thai class. Got an intro. Did the class. I was wanting to do MMAs, but I was like, I'll get a base in Muay Thai, whatever. And then it just so happened that they had an MMA class afterwards, and I stayed for that, and I've been there ever since.
exactly. So do you feel like having that as going into the class, starting having that base in Muay Thai, do you feel like that has since been able to showcase that in your MMA, having that good starting base?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's I feel like my striking has always been like a good point to my
Yeah.
fighting. I can grapple really well as well, but my striking's always been like my I would say my stronger suit. So yeah.
And you did have quite a lot of amateur fights. And do you feel like having that experience, just being able to get out there, be in the cage, being able to try different looks, do you feel like that will help you going into that pro career, facing guys like Eddie, who's possibly only had 3 amateur fights so far, but it just gives you that feel of the cage?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like having that experience is like very beneficial to me. I think a lot of people don't. go they try to go into fights and then just go pro as fast as you can. And to be honest with you, there's no shade there, to each his own. But I feel like the more fights you have is always, rather amateur or pro, it's always going to play in your favor, no matter who. If I got more fights than my opponent, that'll always play in my favor.
And what are you kind of, although we're not going to look past Eddie, you'll have to do your business in the cage. But as long as you come out there without any injuries, when are you kind of wanting to get back in there? Are you just looking at the next opportunity, or are you wanting to take a wee break after this?
Yeah, let's get through this one, and then yeah, the next opportunity would probably be best. I'm not trying to take these big long breaks in between
Yeah.
fights. Definitely heal up, and if there are any aches or injuries, heal up. But besides that, yeah, let's get right back after it.
And do you think that was another thing that kind of drew you to Fury is because of their constant events? You're not going to have to wait until the next event if you're ready. You can just go up to Eric, say, I want to fight, and he'll get you that opponent.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Eric's been really great and helpful as a promoter for me. And they're always putting on fights like it feels like there's a fight every weekend,
Yeah.
So that's always been like the good thing about Fury is if I want to fight, there's gonna be a fight for me. I don't have to wait 3 4 months for a
Yeah.
fight. I can fight and then fight again in a month and a half.
And they're not just putting on any sort of card. While this isn't a Fury actual numbered event, you just need to look at the talent that is on this Challenger Series. You've got the main event, former Fury FC champion Justice Torres against Ricky Romo. You've got Sebastian that's on there, Deshaun Gray,
Uh,
John Garza. It could easily be a Fury numbered card. It's just got that stacked. Do you feel like
yeah.
that is the benefit of Fury? Is that not only do they have the fighters in there, they've got the talent in there as well.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt that this is like the most talent stacked organization in the region. So yeah, it's all yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. That's also a great point. Is the talent that I'm fighting is up to par. So that's always been a good thing.
And how nice was it seeing Joshua Van be able to clinch that flyweight belt? Because it just kind of shows you that Fury is not just making the UFC fighter, they're molding the next UFC champions as well. You had Diego Lopez challenging for the featherweight title. So they are even bringing in those future UFC title contenders in there for you.
Yeah, no, it's great seeing our hometown guys win. I've never met Josh, or I've met Josh like in passing a couple
Yeah.
times, but I don't know him that well. But it's always good seeing hometown guys win, especially when they're from Houston or if they've been from Fury. It's always good seeing that.
And do you have any like things that you like to do after a fight? Like I know some fighters they kind of like to have a wee food list for straight after the fight. You just tick it off. But do you have anything like you like to do after a fight?
Oh man, to be honest with you, I hang with my girl, hang with some friends, go get something to eat. Just keep it simple. I try not to take too much time off the gym. There are like I call them mandatory sessions that I'll go do. I'll always go to my strength and conditioning sessions, and I'll try to stay in the gym, but also cut back by like a lot. I'll probably try to hit a session a day or something like that.
And how important is it to be able to have that support with you? Like you said, you hang out with your girl, you've got your family there. How good is it to be able to find that support network that understands that this is your life? There might be some things that you do miss out on, but they do understand that it is in the end justify the means.
Yeah, it's to be honest with you, man, it's everything. The right support system in this is will make or break you. If you got people who don't really want to support you or don't support you in the ways you need or don't really care, it'll kind of weigh on you really hard. It'll I've seen it like fuck guys up mentally real bad. But I'm blessed to have like literally everyone around me seems like they're really supportive of me. Even people I don't even know that well are super supportive of me. So it's always been great.
And obviously, how do you rate that current UFC lightweight division? Because obviously, it is renowned as being one of the most stacked divisions. You just need to look at the champion. If he's going to be defending his belt soon against Justin
Uh,
Gaethje, and then you've got contenders like Paddy. He's fighting International Fight Week. but it just seems like such an absolute stacked division. How do you kind of rate that division so right now?
I I mean it's fucking like you said, it's stacked. I would say it's one of the best divisions. It's probably the best division in the fucking in the whole organization. It's I mean it's just and naturally so. Most people are like fall into the weight classes of lightweight. Most fighters are gonna fall into that. But yeah, it's stacked. I mean it seems like everyone in that division is a killer in one way or another, even if they're not ranked. So I think it's the most stacked division in the organization.
And I'm guessing, out of like a fighter's perspective, you wouldn't want it any other way. If you're wanting to be the best, you're wanting to fight the best. You're not just wanting the easy route.
Yeah, no, you want to fight the best. I don't. I mean, that's the only way to do this. If you're doing this just to be cool and fight guys who you know you're gonna beat, what's really the fucking
Yeah.
point? You know, go do something else. Go. There are other things you can do to. If you just want to feel cool, there are other things you could do to feel cool. This is for people who want to be the best and better themselves. You know, that's what martial arts is for, or at least that's what I think it's for.
And how do you kind of see that matchup between Ilya and Justin playing out?
Oh wow! I mean, you know, there's always a puncher's chance, but Ilya's pretty slick, and I don't think Justin gets it done. I think Ilya probably puts him out, and maybe I don't think he puts him out. Some people are saying like the first. I think he puts him out maybe in the third, maybe, and maybe he might not even put him out. He might TKO him in like the third.
And I think what's really incredible is just how good this generation is. You also had Islam dominating that lightweight division, moving up, doing the same to the welterweights. You've got Ilya coming up from featherweight, dominating that, coming in. What is it? Do you feel like it is mainly about the mindset of a fighter, your mentality that does have that advantage over everyone? Is you're always in the gym and you're always looking to improve.
Yeah, the mentality is shit. It's probably 90% of it, man. I'm not gonna. I train every day. I do all types of things. I say it right now. I'm not no crazy physical specimen. I'm in decent shape. I'm decently athletic, but I'm not no crazy physical specimen. I've met guys who are way faster than me, way bigger than me, way stronger than me. But what separates the like best from the like the good from the the best is your mindset. A lot of people don't really realize that it's not how big or strong you are, it's how well you can take care of your head or think through problems and things and use your head. I say it's everything.
And speaking a bit more about that last fight, obviously it did go into that fourth round before you did get that doctor stoppage. Was there anything about Eduardo's game that kind of like surprised you?
Yeah, man. I would say his wrestling was very it was really good. Like that kind of surprised me, and of course the calf kicks also caught me off guard. The angles in which he was throwing them was almost it really caught me off guard because it was when I was coming in. As I was coming in, he was throwing the calf kicks and almost shelling up and then throwing it. That was catching me off guard. And if you watch the fight, you see it catches me like he catches me literally like slipping. He kicks me and I fall down sometimes. And then his wrestling was very systematic. When I went for one thing, he would switch immediately to the next thing. When I went for the thing to defend that, he would switch to the next thing. So he's very on it, and I'll give him his props for that. That was beautiful. The way he was throwing the calf kicks as I was coming in, and then how he was wrestling me was really good.
And then obviously after that, you were able to figure it out. You were able to get the victory. Was that just another thing that kind of cemented you going, you are ready? Is the fact that you had a guy like that who was giving you these different looks, that was being able to give you things that were dangerous. And in the end, you overcame that and got that win.
Yeah. Actually, yes, it was one of the bigger things that cemented me. Is I went through that adversity, and then I came back into that corner, and both of my coaches told me exactly what I needed to do, and I adjusted immediately. And I won, and once we got back to the locker room, they were like, "That's exactly what we were looking for. Like you had problems, and then we told you how to adjust, and then you adjusted immediately." And they were like, "That's exactly what we were looking for," and then that's when we decided to go on to the next level.
And is that kind of what you're kind of looking for in the corners is being able to have those guys that can look in that straight away and be able to modify your game to get the answers.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Like I said, it's a blessing that I know a lot of people who come into this and they do a bunch of research on where they're gonna start
Yeah.
training and how they're gonna do everything. Like I said, I was literally I googled it. It took me 10 minutes to find the spot. I googled it, found it. I was like, oh, they're the closest one. I'll go there, and I've been there ever since. And it's just been blessing after blessing after blessing being there. When I first got there, I wasn't training. I met my striking coach, Michael Corley, and I was training with him at first, and then I didn't meet Eve until maybe I want to say a year and a half, maybe later, maybe a year and a half, maybe two, and then he moved down to Houston. I think he was living in I want to say Washington at the time. He moved down to Houston. That was a blessing, and then ever since then, it's just been I've been catching on just training wise and meeting people who are like minded and things like that from there. So yeah, that's been one of the greatest things of my career is training there at Heritage.
And one of the greatest things you guys can do is make sure you tune in to the Fury Challenger Series 16 on June the 26th. It's a fight you definitely do not want to miss out on, and we can't wait to see you get the victory. Is there anything you'd like to add or anyone you want to shout out today?
Uh nah. I mean shout out Heritage Muay Thai, shout out Team Took, shout out All In Athletics, and shout out all my sponsors.
Well, we can't wait to see you get the victory, and we can't wait to see what else. Thank you so much for coming on.